Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to start off by saying a few thank yous. I'd like to thank our administration, not only for putting on this amazing graduation ceremony, but for everything they've done throughout these past 2 years to make our experience here at BC so enjoyable. Next, I'd like to thank the faculty of the graduate programs. Thank you for not only pushing us to our limits, even when we wanted to throw in the towel, but for also teaching us new ways of thinking and providing us the skills to be successful. I would be remiss not to thank the family members who have traveled here to be with us today. It is no exaggeration when I say that we would certainly not have made it here without all of your love and encouragement. And last but certainly not least, I'd like to thank all of you, my classmates. To think that less than 2 years ago we were all but strangers is frankly somewhat frightening. From our orientation out on Thompson Island to the late nights in Fulton Hall, we've had quite an experience here. We've been on field studies to Latin America, Asia, London, and Silicon Valley. We've competed together in case competitions at MIT, Ohio State, and Rice, to name a few. It's truly amazing to think about everything we've accomplished over these last 2 years. So thank you for sharing in these experiences with me and making them some of the most memorable of my life. We've all been asked at one point or another why we chose to come to Boston College. And for me, this was never a very easy question to answer, because it really came down to a feeling I had when I did my class visit back in the fall of 2010. I couldn't quite put it into words then, but I just had the feeling that these were the type of people that I wanted to be around. Well, now some 2.5 years later, I think I've finally figured out what that feeling was. It was being around people who respect one another for who they are, people who go out of their way to help one another without asking for anything in return. It's people that have a quiet confidence and an unwavering commitment to act with integrity. But perhaps most of all, it's the feeling of being a part of something much larger than yourself. Now, over the past month, I know we've all had this feeling. On April 15th, a bombing occurred at the Boston Marathon, killing 3 individuals and injuring over 280 people, including 2 of our classmates, Brittany Loring and Liza Cherney. I'm happy to say both of them are recovering well, and it makes me very happy that they're here with us today to receive their diplomas. Now, there's no question this was a horrific event that occurred, but I truly believe the outpouring of love and support shown by the BC community far outshines any darkness these events have had. From making care packages to signing banners, organizing hospital visits and preparing meals, we witnessed a show of support unlike anything I've ever seen. And it strikes me that this is what it truly means to be a part of the BC community, a part of something much larger than yourself. And make no mistake, being a part of the BC community does not end here today for all of us. As we join the alumni ranks, I would encourage all of you to play an active role as alumni. Now, whether that be by joining an affinity group such as the Wall Street or the Tech Council, or perhaps joining a local alumni chapter, we all have the ability to add to the incredibly strong BC network. Now, I'd like to briefly share with all of you 2 of the most important lessons I've learned while at school over the past 2 years. The first lesson is very simply stated: be yourself. I used to think that each time I would start at a new job or a new school as a chance to reinvent myself and a chance to redefine how people view me. Well, from having been here with all of you the past 2 years and getting to know you, what I've learned is that's really going about it the wrong way. If you ever expect to make good long-term relationships, you have to embrace who you are. And that's true not only in business, but in life as well. Sure, you'll have the chance to make all new first impressions, but you'll never get very far being someone you're not. So as you move forward, be proud of who you are and have confidence in yourself. The second lesson I'm going to take away from business school is the ability to work with people of different backgrounds and different skill sets. Some people may look at business school and see what amounts to a comical experiment in group dynamics, and they may not be wrong. But conflict is probably inevitable when you're mixing accountants with entrepreneurs, marketers with financial analysts, etc. As challenging as it can be, learning how to work with people of different backgrounds and skill sets is a critically important skill. It's a skill that we now all possess and will take with us into the workplace. And as we begin our post-MBA, MSA, or MSF careers, there's no doubt in my mind that all of us will be incredibly successful. The rigor of this program all but guarantees it. So if you ever feel even the slightest bit of self-doubt, just think back to accounting, operations, or MP2, and remember, if you made it through that, you can make it through anything. It has been a great pleasure to serve as student body president, and a privilege to call you my classmates and friends. So congratulations, class of 2013, on this magnificent achievement, and best of luck in the future. Thank you.